Oh, yes, I know why there's a thumbs up, because, yeah, I know why. Let me bring you out here. Oh, let's put you where you need to be. Yeah. Ooh. Right. Hello, ladies and gents. It is me here once again. Welcome very much to a festive themed. Yes, welcome in. For those who've never been here, my name is James. I go live pretty much every Wednesday in the workshop. So today what we're going to be working on is we are going to be working on the little table that we've been working on in the last, I think I went live on Monday. So yeah, we're going to be sorting this out. Now we do have a couple of complications with this at the moment, but we are getting there. So yeah, that's one thing that we're going to be working on. And also we're going to be adding an extra layer of finish and maybe wrapping up some coasters towards the end of the day. So if you do like this sort of stuff, make sure you are subscribed, say hello. Yes, oh my God, let's see if we can do can we do a background? Oh, yes. Isn't that fabulous? I've never done this before. So yes, you join us for the Lockdown Christmas Live. Which is rather exciting. I'll tell you what, we'll do that. Yes. Give it a couple of minutes, see if anyone turns up, and then if not, we are going to get cracking on with the project that we are working on today. Tell you what, bugger it, I haven't got time. Let's just get started. I'm just going to drink some coffee and move that out of the way. I'll tell you what, whilst you're here, what we're going to do is we're going to go flip over to the coasters. We'll sort that out a little later. Welcome in, welcome in. So welcome in to the Lockdown Christmas Live. For those who've been here before, welcome in. For those who've never been here before, my name is James. This is Lockdown Lumber, and today we are going to be working on a couple of special little treats. We're going to be sorting out, finishing off the coasters, getting them nicely finished, putting another coat of finish on them, and then so then they're ready for at some point polishing up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the sander out. We're going to sand them all down to about, I'm reckoning about 400 grit, making nice and smooth, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so that's the plan for today. So what we'll do is we will get everything out. I will remove the green screen. I'll move that. Thank you very much. I quite like that feature. I shall be considering using that again. So we'll get out so this is the box of the coasters that we're going to be working on. So these are what we're working on. So, if you are in here, please feel free to say hello. Let us know you are here, because I don't know unless you say hello. There it is. So please do say hello. What I will be doing as well is I will pre-warn you, there may be a couple of loud noises. I will try and limit them the best I can. But for the meantime, whilst you are in here, please drop us a comment, say hello. I don't know you're here unless you say hello. So, I'm just going to quickly get some sandpaper. So, just going to quickly mute you whilst I do some sanding, and I shall be right back. let me Thank you very much, mate. Thank you for comment. So what's going on here is normally, so I've got these set of coasters. So this is without a finish on it, so that has just been sanded down. These are the ones with a finish, but they're going to get sanded back and refinished, so they are nice and smooth. But then what we're working on as well is we've got this one, which has a cheeky little sideways inlay in it, which I have done. So yeah, you're following the journey of this one coaster getting finished. So what I'm going to do next is give it a bit of a water bath. Not a water bath, give it like a bit of splash of water, get all that grain up, make it all nice, so that when I then come in with the 240 grit, which I'm going to do in a moment, once it's dry, it'll then get even smoother. So bear with me 1 second, just whilst I go and get the water. Thanks, mate. Thank you. All made, for those who don't know, all made out of shite that has been found by either the side of the road or in an industrial unit ready for being binned. So all this wood that is in here was destined to be scrapped. So come on in, ready? Let's get you. I tell you what, let's get it lit as well. Let's go proper bougie. So I'm not smash the bulb off the roof. Bring you up a little bit so I can get it lit. So all I've done there is just spray it with a little bit of water. So it kind of gives you an indication of what it's going to turn out once it's finished. All right, so that isn't finished, that is just wet. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get the heat gun out. And we're just gonna, because I'm very impatient, I'm going to dry it off using the heat gun. Hopefully that'll help speed the process up. So then by the time we need to put a new finish on these ones, this one will be ready as well. So bear me 1 sec, let's grab the heat gun. So what we'll now see, steamy, is obviously there's a couple of little wet bits, but now all the grain, I know you can't probably see it on camera, but all the little edges of the grain now are all going to be standing up, like all the little hairs, easy for me to knock down, thus making it even smoother. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to give that a couple of seconds just to help dry off, and then we're going to hit it with a little bit of 240 sandpaper, and you will then be able to see the difference. All I ask of you is if you do like this sort of stuff, give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, hit the ding dong bell so you don't miss when we go live again. We tend to go live most Wednesdays. This is going to be the last Wednesday of 2025 that I do go live, so thank you very much for joining us. So hopefully, yes, this should now get sanded down. And so yeah, if you do like this sort of stuff, give us a thumbs up, drop in the comments as well. Drop down here, say hello, or if it's over here, if you're watching on the old computer, yeah, drop us a comment. Let us know where you are, who you are, where you're from, and yeah, I'm gonna get cracking with that. Once again, there is a bit of a noise warning, so if you don't like loud noises, I can only but apologise, but still, on we go. So that's it after the second sand. So what I'm going to do now is once again hit it with a little bit more water, pop the grain again, and then we're going to come back at it with some really high grit paper to make them properly smooth before we put a finish on them. Right, so that's that done. Thank you very much for those that have joined us so far. What's going to happen next is, now that we've sanded them back down a little bit, is we are now going to reapply a new finish on. So if this is your sort of stuff, you might want to stick around, give us a thumbs up, because yeah, it's time for putting a finish on. Right, so let me get set up, ready for putting a finish on, and I shall be right back with you. Tub that I used to put my finish in. Need that tub as well. Where has it gone? One of you, that's fine. Lost you all, but it's okay. I'll get you back. Alright, let me zoom you out a little bit. Right, that way around. Right, so what's going to happen now is I'm just going to put a little bit of finish in here, and then we are going to dunk the coasters. First things first. Chug, chug, chug. No, it's not that sort of drink. So yeah, what's going to happen now is we're now going to dip these in here. I shall then wipe them off. They'll go into the pot that's on that side. So they're coming from this way, that way. Stick around because my favourite two coasters are right at the very end. My two what I've just been sorting out. So stick around for those. So here we go. Is that my favourite bit of making coasters? Look at that. If you like this sort of thing, remember, give us a thumbs up. Also, drop down in the comments, say hello. So let me bring the light back in again. So let's bring it a bit more. There we are. Right. There you go. do you think? next one is my personal favourite one, so I'm going to get you right nice and close. Right, last one. But yeah, so this is my personal favourite one of this batch. Wait until that comes up with a bit of finish on it. Ready? So that one's turned out nice. And where's my other favourite? Where's it gone? Ah, so yeah, you've got that one. And then you've also got this one that turned out earlier on with the inlay in it. Oh. Hiya, welcome in. Now that, oh, I love it. Right, would you tell me if I told you, right, that there was made from that? Would you believe me if I told you? Or that? Right, so what's going to happen now is we're just going to put them to one side. They are all going to find some nice warm place within inside the garage. I'll tell you where will be perfect. The tumble dryer is currently on. No, a bit of work, man. No way. Most will get like all of my stuff, everything that I've made up to this point has been made using either wood. I'd say 99% of the wood that's come from my garage has either been, there hasn't been wood that has come from a source where you normally buy stuff from. So none of it is, I don't buy the wood in. I normally either get it donated or see that it's being binned, and I'll jump into a bin with permission, grab it out, then bring it home and do whatever I do with it. But that from something that probably brought your underpants from Thailand or something, you know what I mean? So what's going to happen now is they're going to go sit on one side, they're going to go and dry off. Now, I do already have a pre-batch. What I'm going to do with those is put some furniture wax on those. They've already been done once, but I'm going to do it again so that I can really polish them up and get them really nice. So let me put this batch away. I'll get the other batch out now. Also, I need to put this back into the barrel. Why not? Like, we're in a... I hate to sound weird and preachy and stuff like that, but we're currently sat in a world where if you wanted something, in certain parts of the world, not all parts of the world, but in certain parts of the world, but I guess most of you guys are probably from, if we ordered something now, it'd be here within 24 hours. We like it, we use it, we then get rid of it once it's done. So what's the point? I don't like that sort of thing. If we can take something, instead of binning it, keep it, recycle it, and then pass it on again. And then maybe once again, after it's finished, it's served its purpose for that purpose, you then take it out, recycle it again. Why not? Why not? We're always so quick just to throw stuff away. For example, without sounding disgusting, it has been cleaned, don't panic. But this, I'm using to do my finishing in. There's a cat litter tray. Don't worry, the cat knows. As a society, we're far too quick to throw away. Oh yes, because I remember watching one of your lives where you took a mortar out of a drill, I think. Genius. Back to garage for a minute. Ooh. For those who are also interested, I'll quickly show you one of the other projects that we're currently working on. Yes, yes. So if anybody remembers a while back, I made, if anyone was here a while back, I think Mike you were, when we were making the coffee table. Now what I'm currently working on is a miniature side table version. So this is going to eventually be sanded down and then turned into a little side table that'll accompany the larger coffee table with inside the house. All made once again using pallet. Right, so what's going to happen next is I'm just going to use a little bit of finishing wax on the old coasters that I've made, because these are all going to get polished up, because these are getting ready for being wrapped up and yeah, getting ready for storage to then be sold on. So I need no, you're carving the small wood bits into shapes to make pictures embedded in the one. Oh, that'll be the next step. No oil unless you're after a flamethrower. Oh, all I'm doing is heating up the wax to then apply to the coasters. The impeller bearing is what's making that noise for the fan. This is why you're a genius. Just heats a bit on it. So this stage that we're currently working on is very similar to polishing up your shoes. Because when you polish your shoes, you're not actually polishing the leather, you're polishing the wax that goes on the shoe. So it's the same here. I'm applying the wax, and then once we've finished, thanks, mate. got to be deserved of one thumbs up. Just one like. If you do also like this sort of stuff, make sure you are subscribed. Hit dong the notification bell, not hit dong the notification bell, so you don't miss when we go live again. This is the final live, probably this year. I certainly did the last live this side of Christmas. So make sure that you, if you want to see this sort of stuff again, hit the subscribe button. It costs you nought. Plus it helps me out a great deal, and I want to try and see if we can, before the new year, get to 500 subscribers. Which would be nice, wouldn't it? So if you can help in any way, that'd be greatly appreciated. Can you imagine, for a few of you, this is the first time ever seeing this channel? And for those who don't know, my name is James. We turn old past into new things, so I hate throwing stuff away. So all this that you see before you, obviously apart from the wax and the table and all that lot, but all the stuff that you see handmade in front of you, was all at one point probably moved something that's probably in your house somewhere. Brought your pants from China or something. Oh, right, ready for this. This is going to look immense. Let me bring you in. There you go. Right. Look at that. I like that side. Right, final one before we get buffing them all up. So, all these coasters probably will have probably about 3 layers of Danish oil on them. And now they've got the final furniture wax on them. We'll just add that extra protection, make them not waterproof as such, but add a bit of protection on them so that when you put your drink stain on them, you don't leave stains upon your fabulous coasters. But look at that! Look at it. So, now what's going to happen is now they've all had a bit of time just to sit around, we're going to start right back at the beginning again. We're going to get a polishing cloth. We're going to buff them up. Zoom you out a little bit more. There you go. That's a bit better. If you aren't here, please do consider giving us a thumbs up. Goes a long way. There are a few of you in here, so if you wouldn't mind, that'd be amazing if you can. And also, whilst you're there, hit the subscribe button. Ding dong the bell so you don't miss when we go live again. Because this is the final live of the, possibly of the year. I don't think I'll be going live again. But if you do like this sort of stuff, and YouTube wouldn't have brought you here if you weren't, consider giving us a like. Goes a long way. Much appreciated. Plus I'm only here probably for about another 10 minutes, if that. And just for reference, I'll just polish this one up just so I can give you a reference. Look at that. See? This one is made from bits that were just about to be thrown out. Oh, this was going to be thrown out by me as well. Like, it's not what I thought was going to be good enough. So once again, if you want to make my Christmas, hit the subscribe button so you do not miss when we go live again. Because I've got a few exciting projects coming up in the new year. So you might want to stick around. Have to, but it'd be nice if you did. Also, for any of those who are in the UK, if you are interested, lockdown number is on Etsy. So if you want anything that you can currently see on screen, check that out. Also, for anyone who's interested, we are on Instagram and on TikTok. I think we've just hit over 1,000 followers on TikTok. Right, the last 5 minutes. So if you haven't already, give us a thumbs up if you like this sort of thing.